How you guys doing? Joe here. I'm with Tripper, as you can see, out in the forest. Today is going to be the first day of the new series. We're looking for a spot to set up the canvas tent. We're going to leave this canvas tent set up here as a permanent winter shelter. We'll leave it up until the spring, or maybe even longer, but I imagine we'll leave it up till the spring. I've been hiking around with my snowshoes on, pulling this sled, trying to find an ideal spot. Now, what an ideal spot looks like to me is something that's behind the camera right now. It's got tight-knit trees, smaller trees, no dangers of trees dying and falling on the tent from overhead, and somewhere where I can tie up an external tarp with a wooden log ridgepole system to keep the snow and the ice and the slush and everything off of the tent, the stuff that broke the tent last year when I left it up. So all we have to do now is leave the sled here, hike around and find an ideal spot within these pine. It's a chilly day, right around -10 degrees Celsius. The wind is picking up, as you can see. It's kind of snowing sideways a little bit. That's why this guy's got his coat on. And once we do find an ideal location, it shouldn't take me long to set up the tent. I do have to shovel it out and everything, but once we get that all squared away, we can get a fire going in the wood stove inside and warm this guy up. I'll stay warm from all the work I'm doing, I'm sure, and he'll probably stay warm from all the jumping at me and mauling me he'll be doing. All right, let's get going. When I first came over here, I originally thought that this spot right here would be good. It's relatively flat. It's relatively wide enough for my tent. The only problem is I look up and you got this big old dead tree right above. If it's not dead, there's dead limbs on it, so it's probably not ideal. We'll keep looking. There's a nice crust on the snow, so I'm not sinking in too bad. If I didn't have these snowshoes, I'm sure it would be a different story. Again, over there might be a decent spot, but then there's a big gnarly tree right next to it, and if I'm leaving this up for quite some time, I don't really want that. Plus, no, this isn't even a big enough footprint for it. Okay, keep looking. Well, this looks like kind of a good spot. The ground's not that flat, but who knows what it's going to look like once I remove the snow anyway. And if you look, this spot should look familiar to you. This is where I did my super shelter, my Morskahansky inspired super shelter overnight. There's my bed, my whole shelter there, my bed's underneath, fire reflector. So I could potentially use this as an outdoor cooking spot. If I clear that off, there's a bench, there's a fire pit there. I could cook steaks up and stuff out here. Because with the tent, I'm not cooking steaks on the wood stove. This might work. I wanted to find a different location, but I don't really mind this too much. I kind of like the looks of my shelter. It's holding up good. And right there is a pretty decent open spot. I can tie off to there, back there, and up there. If you look, you can see all the slush and ice build up from the whole year on the fire reflector. All right, what do you think, Trip? This is a good spot? Hey, we'll go get the sled. He hears chipmunks and squirrels. This thing's holding up good, man. Very cool. Okay, I'm gonna go get the sled. It's right over there. Shouldn't be too long. He must see something. What is it, buddy? What you got? You got a squirrel up there? So I'll be happy once I get this spot all shoveled away and I can take off my snowshoes. Like I always say, they're fun until they're not fun anymore. The funnest part about wearing snowshoes is taking them off. With this tiny little paracord wrap, I guess, over the tarp, holding everything on. This is just my white Bushcraft USA ripstop tarp. This is the tarp I'll put above the tent so that it doesn't bow and break with snow. Like I said, it's probably about -10, so it's cold enough to keep the gloves on, that's for sure. Alright, in here is my snow trucker tent. I got my boy's axe, I got a shovel, and oh, a stove and a thermometer. Yes, right at -10 Celsius. Alright, so my shovel will be the most important tool today, probably. I don't want to have my tent set up on top of snow, because once you get that wood stove going, it just melts and it becomes like this divot. It's no good. So I'll remove as much snow as possible beforehand, which will take some time and be a lot of work, but it will be worth it in the long run. I do plan on putting a floor in the tent after. Should help too. Okay, so if I look at my space, I gotta decide where I want, how long and how wide, so I could situate it. I actually wouldn't mind the door facing that way, but that means I'd be coming back a bit this way, and the ground's a bit slopey. So maybe I make the door face that way, and I come in like a rectangle here. Yeah, I thought that was the ground already. There's no way. Oh, there's a good layer of crust. This should make things super difficult. Oh yeah. I'll show you what I'm working with here. Show me what you're working with. It's mystical up in here. Get on the floor. So at first when I hit the ground, it's like here, I thought it was all good. Then I punched through crust. So we're not looking too deep, probably about a foot, but watch this. That's all easy digging. And then that's the crust. Not too bad. Not too big of a deal, but it will take some time. And then this is the other kicker. This is tiny compared to what's possible to be found underneath. Right, you could find a log this big. I'll have to spend my time chopping it with the axe or cutting it with the saw, but this is my life for the next hour or so. Watch out, big guy. You wanna get that? Get it, get it, get it. Good boy, get it, get it. Yeah, get it. Get it. Get it, Trevor, get it. Oh my God, he's gonna knock the camera right over. Good boy. Get it. Get it, buddy. Get it. Yeah. Just dig my whole hole for me. That'd be great. Keep going. Dig, 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 dig. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness, buddy. Go get it. Okay, I can't do this. All right, change of plans. We're gonna set up the tent and then shovel it out so that I don't shovel it too much more than I have to. And Tripper's giving me a really hard time right now with the shoveling. So let's get this tent up and then yeah, we'll haul it out once it's up. Tripper. I'm not going to bore you with putting the poles together. If you really do want to see that and you haven't seen it, then go check out my last video. I showed a little bit more in depth, but as far as just rudimentary, you got some poles and you got some Y pieces. There's a hollow pole that goes in the middle as the cross piece. Uh-oh. See if I can do this with one hand, one person. Of course I can. Of course I can, right? There we go. Got that. The other pole. Oh no. Oh no. Where did it go? There it is. And I've done this a handful of times. Okay, that's the frame. That's the frame. Frame is done. I've got to get the tent part on top, situate it the way I want it. Yeah, we got to do some shoveling, man. Oh my goodness. Shovel town. Shovel town? That's something to say. Big vent. Off a little over the canvas tent. Yeah. Move. Now there's the big vent. Fell in love with the campus tent. Snow trucker. No tecker. So how I've been attaching these, the corners is there's just this little rubberized corner on the inside, and you take the peg, the foot peg from the pole, and you slide it right into that rubberized peg, or rubberized pouch, and it's done. It's 90% set up. Gotta get it in the right spot now, tie it out, probably move it over a touch. It's really close to that tree. You just in there? Okay. So the stove has to go out there. That's fine. Can be tied off there. That's probably not a bad spot for it, really. That hole's right in the middle. The hole that we started to dig is right in the middle. So that's not bad either. Assuming we continue to dig that hole. It looks so daunting. Tying these doors up so I can get a little better light in there. You guys can see better in there. Then we'll tie it all out. Maybe we'll take our time digging it out. Who knows? I really don't want to do that, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, once this gets all pulled out, we'll be laughing. Plenty of room in here for the dog and I. I'm gonna make a cot along the one side or maybe along the back. Okay, Trevor, go. Go. There you go. You want it? There you go. I'm getting a little hungry. I'm gonna stop for a snack here. Watch out, buddy. Watch out, buddy. Go. Oh, tripperoonie. Go on, buddy. I'll get you something in a minute. Go on. Alright, just lay down. I got his pad in here too in case he gets too cold. And get him up off the ground. Oh, I got my chair. I'll set up my chair and sit down and eat something. I got some soup to cook up for lunch. I've got a French vanilla. Some good food. I got a chair. I have a chair. Look at me. I have a chair. So I hope you guys' New Year is doing well. I know I haven't seen you in a while other than those 2 little short videos I put up recently. Mine is going well. I've been spending lots of time with the family, which is needed, and I appreciate it. So that's always good. Oh, there we go. Sink down a little bit. Lay down, buddy. We got a chicken sriracha epic bar today. So what have you guys been watching YouTube-wise lately in the outdoors? I know Alexis Outdoors is blowing up pretty good. Osa Ray. What else? I don't know. I haven't seen a video from Rune in a while. What's popular outdoors right now? I'm still dead in the center of winter. There's no end in sight here yet. That's why I haven't really been concerned about getting out and getting winter videos done. Winter's just starting, man. This is February, early February. We saw at least February and March a full-blown winter here up where I am. I'm actually pretty chilled. I should start working again. There's nothing left, buddy. Alright, well if Tripper doesn't wreck this again, that's the tie out there, and then that's the tie out there. Got one on the other side done really well as well. Dude, watch what you're doing, okay? Yeah, there you go. Oh man. Nope. Oh. Let's go, buddy. Oh, dude, you need to stop. So the snow is very cold and granular because of how cold the temperature is. So it's not packing at all. It's just very granular. So it's getting down my gloves like crazy. I could use the shovel for this, but it's so much more like fine work than the shovel could do, I think. I gotta unbury, I gotta dig out as much as I can from underneath the wall of the tent because I'm digging it out inside after, and I don't want all these, you know, like the wall, where the wall would be, a tall wall of snow. Say wall again, Joe. There we go. That's pretty good. I'm gonna do that on all 4 sides. At least 3 sides. Okay, so the sides aren't looking so bad. The back's looking pretty good, actually. I didn't pack the snow. Ah, man. I didn't pack the snow down on the front skirt so that I could lift up the tent a little bit if I needed to vacate some of the snow if throwing it out the door hole isn't working. Stop. I am glad I did it this way. That way I know exactly the footprint I need to dig out. It'll be easier that way. Nobody. Go on. I know. Go on. Yeah, like there's a big old chunk of ice right there. Back up. Back up, bud. No, bud. No! Oh, I thought he was knocking it over. Okay. I gotta get these snowshoes off. Too much working in there with them on. I imagine I've stomped it down enough where I can not sink in too bad in there anyway. Shoveling's coming along as well as it can be expected. It's gonna take a while, I can tell, but that's okay. We'll be out here all day and come do our first overnight probably next time or the time after. You know, I've gone out before and done overnights right off the hop and camped in this thing, but this time, being a series, I do want to set it up and make it nice. Plan on bringing the kid over here to sleep, have a camp out here too with her, maybe the family. Probably not the baby, but maybe Will and Emmy. Anyway, we'll come out here, do an overnight next week or something, get it all squared away first. Like I said, I want to build a cot. It'll be nice to get up off of the ground. All right. Let's go back in there. Tripper's in his heyday with all these ice chunks everywhere. See the mess I've thrown out of the tent already. Fool me 3 times, the peace sign. So you can see the progress so far. Actually, this is almost the ground here. Just loose snow. We got a decent shelf built up there. Haven't even touched up it near the front, so we've got a lot to do still. Like I said, we're getting hefty ice chunks. And Tripper is not upset about that at all. We'll take it down right to the wall. We'll have a ledge. An ice ledge, at least for now. It might melt down. I'm sure it will melt down once the wood stove gets a rocking. This wood stove's a rocking. Don't come a knocking, right, Tripper? Oh, he's run away. Got too much snow in the face, I guess. Careful, bud. Maybe I'll leave a little bit of a step getting out, for now at least. See how it goes. That's a chunk and a half. This will warm you up though, eh? Not cold at all anymore. I was able to get rid of my toque and everything. We're getting there, boys and girls. We're getting there. Here's the lip you can see. Boop. There too. Alright, that area looks pretty good actually. I'm gonna go get the wood stove and see if it sits in there, how well it sits in there. Again, if you guys haven't watched my update video, I suggest going to watch it. That'll have been back 2 videos ago now. I told about why this got left outside for the better part of a year and how I bent this leg and got it bent back into shape. So it's all in working order and I'm happy about that. Boom. I do have to prop it up a bit in the front. You can see it's a little lopsided. I think the whole land, the whole piece of property I picked out here slants toward the back, but we can fix that all. It's no big deal. Yeah, that's not even or level, so we'll level it out, even it out. And we've got, this is the damper, or like the rain blocker, whatever it's called, for the top. Not the damper, sorry. Spark arrestor, that's what it's called. Look at this. Alright. There's the damper, the flue, and the rest of the piping. So we'll get this squared away. Oh, and I do have a false bottom in there too that I talked about in my last video. Got a Nicki Minaj in there. Alright. Let's get this leveled out. I don't think I'm going to have to look far. I can probably just use this piece. This is one of the pieces that I threw out from underneath the snow. I'll probably break that in half. Use that to prop it up. Let's see anyway. There's a big old drop. Whoop. So who misses Doug in my videos? I need you guys to go over onto Doug's channel. Tell him to start camping again. I miss him. I miss my buddy Doug. Oh, you know what? We have to line it up properly for the... stove jack. Didn't take that into consideration. So we're gonna move this up forward. That's gonna go right there. That's gonna probably sit there. Yeah, so to go get onto Doug's channel and tell him old Joe misses him. We talk all the time. He's just taking a break from camping right now. No biggie. I do miss camping with the guy though. And my buddy. My camping buddy. Son of a gun. Okay, so this has to go in first, I believe now. like I haven't camped in a while. Okay, it's on. Set it on there for now. I can fix it in a minute. Get my spark arrestor. Super important not to burn any paper or anything resinous in the wood stove when you have this on, because it'll get all clogged up and back up into you. Speak from experience. Well, so you can see it doesn't really tuck right into the corner. It needs a little bit of space, which I completely forgot about. So that's kind of in there. I want to have a fire in there and see how it goes. See if we're getting any kind of smoke pouring out the chimney at all, or how it works, and it'll be a good gauge for when I'm here permanently. But yeah, I gotta get something else under that other leg too. Let's go do that right now. There. It's pretty good. Well, the good thing about being in this small little balsam fir forest, pine, spruce forest, is that look, an abundance of this super bone dry, every single size you need, from pencil lead up until fuel, on all these twigs. So that's helpful. That's very helpful. I think the smartest thing to do right now would be go find birch bark on a birch tree. That way I don't have to make any shavings and stuff, and putting it in the stove, in the oven, will be easier. The wood stove will be easier than lighting shavings and trying to do that. So let's go. I'm sure there's a birch around here. Let's go find it. And now I don't have my snowshoes on, so this could be interesting. I'll try to stick to the spots I've already walked, but if there's no birch trees along those spots, then we'll be sinking. Oh, it's chilly out here, man. No hat on. That wind really whips through you. Smells something. There's all sorts of deer rub. Oh, that's not one. That must have been a tree that fell. Check it out. See the scrape all the way down the tree? There is a lot of deer rub here as well. I saw that at first and thought that was it. I've never seen any when I've been out here, but normally I have the dog and we're kind of loud. Seen only squirrels out here, I believe. Lots of tracks though. Snowshoe hare, deer. I haven't seen any bear prints, but they kind of go into hibernating a little bit. All right, birch, where are you? Okay folks, let's play spot the birch. Can you spot it? Can you spot the birch? The only white barked tree around. Sometimes poplar will have a very similar looking bark, but that's definitely birch. But you know what is even better? That's a white birch, Betula papyrifera. Right next to me I see a yellow birch, Betula alleganensis, and look at the bark on it, just ready to be taken off, just falling off. So that would be a lot better for me to use than the white birch. A lot of the times on some white birch, especially that one up there, it looks like they don't really have very readily available bark that's peeling off, and you never want to like gouge into the tree and peel it off with your knife or something. So we'll go look at it, see if it's suitable, but I want to show you the difference regardless. There's another one bowed over. As you see the crazy tripper running by. That slush storm that we got earlier on in the year did all these bowing over. All the snowmobile trails are still all closed and everything around. Look how deep it is compared to him. Here you go, boy. I love bringing him out in the deep snow. It really burns his energy trying to get through it. Me too. Okay, so like I said, this is the white birch, and you can see some little very thin pieces coming off, and those are really good for fire starting. It would take a while to collect them all. Yeah, they're just peeling super thin. Don't get me wrong, you could do it. it's not out of the question. It's fine. Even here, totally fine, right? And we'll keep that. But let's go check out this yellow birch, just for comparison. And each tree is different, just like people. One yellow birch is different than another. Don't judge a birch by its bark. But you see just how easily this very, very flaky birch bark is peeling off here. No harm done. And they work just as good as each other. One is not better than the other. Both have tons of oils in the bark, which allow for easy fire lighting. Very helpful, especially in the winter time. Okay, got a handful. That's good. Alright, we got our tinder kindling, a little bit of fuel, enough to go. Well, we get more. I might line it with a couple sticks too, just to get it going good. There we go. Get it all in there. Just make sure this is open, so that's closed sideways and up and down is open for the flue. That's going. I'm gonna get some more twigs in there pretty soon, so it doesn't die down. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, looking good. Just taking these twigs off the immediate trees right here. Doing two things. I'm kind of clearing up the area, making it a little bit safer for the dog and myself to walk around. No pokies, and it's easy going. Oh no. More twigs on top. There we go. Gee. Watching too much children's programming lately. I could recite you all of the wiggles. All of the wiggles. Paul Roll, Michael Finnegan, again. Sorry. Sorry to any parents that have gone through that and have passed that. You're welcome for the reminder. You gotta watch out. No. Oh, Tripper. Man, this is getting there. We're almost done. The bulk of it's done. It's just this little step up there, and I don't actually mind the snow there if I clean it up a bit. I know. There, that's actually not too bad, guys. I'm not hating this at all. Okay guys, I'm feeling real good about how it looks inside right now. This will probably be the end of the shoveling for today at least. Look at that big step in. Got 1.5 feet to drop in. Pretty cleared, if I do say so myself. Obviously, we've got the lips and I can clean that up after, but I thought it might come in handy for a while to set stuff on or create a barrier. I pushed the tent wall away from the stove a bit there. I gotta do so behind it as well. See, behind it's kind of close. Do that. But look, like, it's big. It's big enough for me and the dog. I put my bed either there, my cot I make either there or there. And then I'll have the dog can either go there or the other side, and then that's open. And then if I have friends over or family over, we can slide the cot back, maybe tip it up, get everything back there, and have 2 chairs to sit in here pretty comfortably. So I'm pretty warm in here. I had to go get some more firewood. It's about time for lunch anyway, so let's go get my saw together and cut up some hardwood. Come on. Come on. Got to remember to cut them a bit shorter to fit into the stove. Not that much shorter, but it is kind of cool. You get more pieces out of a length of wood. I imagine the same BTUs are being put out regardless. You're putting the same amount of wood in, just getting more pieces out of that wood. If that makes sense. Should make sense. Alright. Some hardwood to go in. That should kick things up a notch. We'll get some more here in a minute too. There we go. It's really loaded up now. Whoop! Did you hear that? Boom, boom. Something's happening in there. Go on. Go. Go. Go, Tripper. Go on. Go. Alright, I know, right? Our fire reflector is going to double as my wood processing station for now until I get something else built, or if I do. Aw, Tripper. Come on. Well, it didn't break my camera too bad. That's good. So yeah, just these short little pieces are going to be ideal. Alright, so it's pretty short. I could potentially cut it like that. It'd be a little bit awkward. If you stick it in between these two, and pull hard. Doesn't go anywhere, and it's pretty efficient. So we've got some wood. I swear I'll get it. There we go. Alright, let's get this into the tent. Uh-oh, we're dropping pieces left and right here. Well, I just walked in there and it was super warm. So let's, with the doors open, so let's grab our thermometer, take a temperature reading out here, and then go on inside and hope our camera screen doesn't fog up, our lens rather. Alright, so we got -10 or 11. Maybe -9 or 10 Celsius. Alright, let's go inside. Well, we got no smoke coming out there now, just heat, which is good, ideal. So at the top is obviously the hottest, but let's put it down here. Let's put it resting on top of my my backpack. So -9, we'll call it Celsius, before we came in here. And it has jumped. You saw how long we've been in, 2 seconds, and it's jumped just to under 0, just to right under 0 Celsius. No. What am I seeing? There we go. To like -7 or 8. That's right, -7 or 8. Go into your home. Oh, you're too good for your home. There we go. Got some. Alright, so I really do want to push this, or pull that farther away from there, and I can do it with that rope. So let's bury a snow anchor. Got this one cut already, because this rope doesn't reach that tree, which I wish it did. So I'm going to pull this out pretty good, not too far, because I don't want, again, I don't want to stretch that hole near the door, near the zipper. We'll bury it right there, so we'll just need to dig out a bit. The good thing is this is all loose snow. It's just gonna be another obstacle for Tripper to try to avoid. No, 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 not for you, okay? The other side has one too, but I don't think I'll do it up. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But let's look and see what difference that made now on the inside. Ah, falling all over the place. You can see it pulled out quite a bit. That's somewhat good distance away. Wonder if I can pull the bottom out. No, Tripper, no, seriously, not for you, man. Well, it's plenty hot, so you can tell. There you go. Plenty hot. Well, let's see. Let's see how hot we can get this thing in here. You guys, thank you for the suggestions on the hole. This was the hole, remember? So I guess the general consensus, the best thing I saw was to get 2 pieces of material, one on the outside, one on the inside, glue it and sew it down, and then it should be pretty rigid. I could even wax it if I wanted, but I'm not too concerned about it. We'll fix that up soon. We'll fix it up out here actually, while it's standing up here. Out here, I mean. It's not that big a deal, but where it is kind of is not cool. But anyways, there is a hole. They have holes here for ventilation. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of a hole there, so I'm not too concerned about it not working by any means just because of that. But yeah, let's get in here and warm up, buddy. Get my French vanilla going. I gotta melt a little bit of snow too, though. I was drinking my water while I was working. I drank a little bit too much. But I think with that amount of water to start with, we can generate some melted snow pretty easily that turns into water. I'll put the 2 winners of the Epic Bars and the Scout Goes Camping books right now on the screen. I have to do it at home still. I have to pick the winners. I haven't done it yet, so I'm saying this is the time to look right now. Boom, on the screen, 2 winners. Please email me, and we'll get that all sorted out. We'll get them sent to you, and we'll get them autographed if you want, and not if you don't want. No big deal. Dude, no joke. This has to come off. Wow, it's warm. It is warm in here. Oh my goodness, boys and girls. Okay, so we've got our Joe Robinet Scout titanium cup with us, and lid. So we'll get our water boiled up in there. Get this French vanilla on. Yeah, we'll have to put a little bit more water in there. Let's go, well, sorry, more snow in there. Let's go out and get some snow. You know what? I'm not too picky. I'm not too picky. We'll just do tent snow. There we go. A little bit of leaf litter in there, I'm sure. But again, like that water that I put in already will give this a really good head start. So this won't take long at all to turn into all water, and boiled water at that. I will boil it just because it's random snow off the ground. There could be deer poops and stuff on it. No one needs giardia. The bale doesn't want to stay up. Stay up, bale. No, snap. Here, this is at the door. This is about halfway up. We'll tie it here if we can. There's no real good spot to tie it. Should have a little loop on here. There we go. Alright, I'll leave that there for a minute and see. Hey, buddy. "15 minutes later." Yeah, don't touch it. Stick with me. I'll learn you. Look at that mess in there, right? I don't care one bit. Boil her up, mash them, put them in a tea, make it into a Frenchie. Call it good. Used up all that hardwood already. Man, my knees are soaking wet from doing this. Alright, that's going good. We'll shut this down. Close the damper off again. And that should really start to pop. Okay, so we're up near, you see that? There you go. Over 20. 24 degrees Celsius, which would be over 70 degrees Fahrenheit at this height. And within that proximity to the stove. But what is, like, I'm almost at the other end here with my hand. We're all pretty close proximity to the stove in here. Alright, you want to get out of here? Sit. Good boy. You wait, okay? Stay. Wait. Okay, go. It's fogging up here. I hope my camera's not messed up. It looks pretty foggy in the bottom right hand corner here. Anyway, I need to put a tall ridge pole going from that tree there. Man, yeah, it doesn't look good. I think there's some fog inside the camera. Uh-oh. From there, across the top of the tent, and then coming out over there or something, and then I'll line my tarp up across over the wooden ridge pole and tie it down. And then that way we'll protect from the snow and the sleet and the slush and the rain and all that jazz. I'm concerned about my camera here. I gotta look at it here. Here. My camera just messed up on me. I filmed the boiling water and putting the French vanilla in and talking about the gear I'm going to bring and stuff, and I go over and look and it says cannot access the memory card or something. Does that make any sense to you guys? I have a Nikon Z6, cannot access memory card. And it's not the first time it's done it to me either. Anyway, that French vanilla is ready to go. I think the camera cut off. I'm having some problems with it, but I was talking about what I can bring next time. Because I don't have to bring the tent in and the stove and all that, I can bring a couple extra goodies in there in the sled. So next time we'll build a tripod behind to put the ridge pole across. I think that'll be a good idea. Build that ridge pole, tie the tarp on to protect it. We will build a floor, probably spruce boughs for the most part. Build a cot. We'll do an overnighter. We'll cook some good food, probably like a stir fry type thing that I can do on the wood stove. Because again, like I can have a fire on the outside, but it'd be nice to use the wood stove for some cooking. It's nice, man. Feel comfortable in here. It's nice to have this thing where I can come and warm up. I don't feel rushed to get the dog home because he's cold. I don't feel like I need to, you know what I mean, be moving all the time. Just relax. I will still do videos, like trip videos and stuff. I actually bought a Lux tent, which is like a teepee pyramid type sill nylon tent that has a stove jack in it, and I have a titanium foldable wood stove. I'm really excited to use that tent for late fall or like early spring canoe tripping. We're getting wet and rained on, and being able to, is a concern, and then being able to go in that tent and getting dry with the wood stove, dry my gear out, not only me, but my gear and the dog. That's amazing. It's a one-man, but I have enough room in there for the dog. I tried to get it for free from them, from Lux, but they stuck to their guns. They said no, they don't do that, and that's commendable. But that's a testament. I bought it still. Like, I thought it was really cool, like really going to be a useful piece of kit, and not too big. Again, perfect for a canoe trip where I'm not like worried about portaging and like single carrying and stuff like that. Like, don't get me wrong, a titanium foldable stove is still, you know what I mean, a few pounds, not big. The tent is bigger than my tent. It's got a pole with it. But for a canoe trip or something like in the wintertime, not that big a deal. It's chilling down in here. Let's check out the fire. I gotta get some more wood to cook up my soup. Also, I want to leave a little bit of wood here for next time. It's a smart thing to do. And this is going down really well, so I'll have, there's puddles in that thing. I'll have my cup ready for the soup, to cook the soup. Oh no, I let her go. Okay, I'll go grab some twigs and then cut some wood. Yep, my camera just did it again. Cannot access this memory card. Insert another memory card. It's an XQD card in an Nikon Z6. Anyways, like I was trying to say, I have to build a tripod for this because I don't like the way it's blackening this tree. Well, I filmed cutting all that. I was gonna put it in fast motion, but again, my card messed up. I don't know, man. Hasn't done it like this often ever. So let's get it. To switch out my cards. I do have two. I just didn't know which one did what, but now I do. Anyways, I cut all that wood. I battled Tripper. It was funny. You have to take my word for it. Let's get this in the tent. It's a good thing about having a sled. You can use it for things, right, Tripper? Right? You can use it for things. Oh! It's still nice and warm in here. It smells like soup. It smells like soup. What are you eating? Crud? Need a little stir, I imagine. It's looking good. It actually is good. I make fun of it, but it is really good and good for me, which is important. Getting there. I left some big for batons and stuff, but the majority of them are this size. Look for some super dry ones, a bit on the small side to get in there right now, because I assume, I haven't looked, but I assume it's just smoldering in there, not really going too well. This is all maple, all hard maple. Alright, this is probably good. I'm going to throw a decent sized one on there too. This is a Dutch Shepherd. This is how they act. Up on top of you, or running around, causing a ruckus. He does like to cuddle much more than Scout did. What are you doing, Tripper? Hey, buddy. What are you doing? Oh, he's coming right up on top, isn't he? You can't have my food, though. You can't have my food, though. He nipped my ear. Ah, that actually hurt. Son of a gun. I think he got his tooth right through the hole. Oh, I'm getting all muddy, buddy. You're getting me all muddy. You can't have any, no. No, 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 no. You're no lapdog, buddy. No laptop either. Got a lapdog in my my dog will off when he won't to. My dog will off when he won't do. You gotta get down, man. This is a little awkward. It is a little awkward. It is a little awkward. Alright, off. Off. Go lay in your place. Go up. Go lay in your place. Oh, I'm soaked now. Soaked and muddy. Don't chew that on top of there, man. Poke a hole in it. Open that up. Put some more on. It's going good. I'm going to put some big pieces on right now. Oh, good boy. These big weathered pieces. Leave that open for a bit and then we'll crank it down again. I just remembered. No, I don't know if I'm in frame. I just remembered that I had a tripod left over here from the Super Shelter video. So let's go grab that and see if I can use that for the stovepipe. Should have thought of that earlier. Just sitting here relaxing, and I was like, oh yes, previous work will come in handy now. We're gonna get out of here soon. Tripper keeps trying to bolt for the door. Yeah, I've been out here all day though. I'm happy. I'm glad with the progress. It's been fun too. We're sitting at just over 70 Fahrenheit, about 26 Celsius. Haven't done anything with the fire except for damper it down. Come on, bud. This is a cooking tripod. Got cross sections on it. Come around this side of the tree, I think. Off the tree. Try to get this all out of the way as much as possible. Alright. That'll be. This is certainly not in a good spot. Still zip it up. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. You're alright, buddy. We're going home. Leaving a lot of my stuff here, so just throw my backpack in there loose and leave the axe and the chair here and stuff. Alright, buddy, let's go.